Hey, it's Julie Kalen, your favorite happiness coach, voiceover artist, and songstress, singer-songwriter, actress. And today I want to talk with you guys a bit about some happiness lessons I learned by acting at Second City because I think these lessons that I learned could help everybody out there watching. So, some of the key lessons I learned while being at Second City. One of the main ones is the power of the law of attraction. So I have to back up a little and tell you a little bit more about how I got the part at the show at Second City. Um, Actually, I was just going along living my happy, healthy life as I always try to do, trying to keep my vibration up, trying to be in a perpetual state of happiness. I've never really wanted to be an actress, actually. So it wasn't something I was pursuing or looking for anything. But just randomly, from a voiceover contact I made, the producer and director of this show contacted me and is like, well, do you want to do this part in the show? And at first I'm like, no, I don't act. You must have me confused with someone else. I can't play Hillary Clinton at a show at Second City. I I can't do this. um, and so I turned it down at first, and then I thought, a lot of people actually try really hard to get shows at Second City. Maybe I should rethink this. And then actually too, the producer and director came back to me and being like, are you sure? Really think you could pull this off? And then, I was having second thoughts turning it down. So I'm like, sure, I'll go and try and audition. And I went and auditioned, and I wasn't really nervous at all, and it went really well, and I got the part. And this shows you a little bit about the power of the law of attraction, because when you're in a state of a high vibration and life's going well for you, and you're in a positive frame of mind, opportunities are just gonna come flooding your way, and all kinds of different opportunities too, like opportunities you never expected or never dreamed of are going to be coming your way. And I would encourage you to definitely take those opportunities and run with them, because at first like I said, I had those moments of doubt, like, can I do this? Do I want to do this? But then, thinking more about it, I'm like, well, yeah, heck yeah, lots of people want to do this. I'm going to give it a try. And it turned out really well. I definitely had the time of my life, met a lot of great friends there still, and just had a really, really fun time. And also too, not just acting at a show at Second City, but just by keeping my vibration up, I was promoted to like associate producer of marketing for that show too. So just when you're in a state of happiness and positivity, things are going to come your way, and opportunities that you never would have expected are going to come your way. So really embrace that, and don't be afraid of it. Learn from my lesson there. Go for it. And that leads me into my second one. You're stronger than you think you are. You have lots of power to co-create and to do things you never thought you were possible of doing. Even if you don't have any experience at it, you can do it. So just be open to new opportunities, new experiences, and when they come your way, don't be afraid to take them and embrace them, because chances are it's going to work out wonderfully. So just go for it. What else? I have some notes here. Let me look what I did. So power of law of attraction, I talked about. Stay open to those new opportunities. Never say can't, or never say never. There are no mistakes, only opportunities. This was actually a quote by Tina Fey that was right outside the theater, the specific theater at Second City that I personally was in. And I think that's so true, and it always reminded me, there are no mistakes, only opportunities. And this talks a lot about, living in the present moment. Like, don't dwell too much on anything in the past that you think maybe didn't work out as well as you wanted to. Just don't dwell on that. Just live in the present moment and embrace the present opportunities all around you. So, let's see. Power of law of attraction I talked about. Stay open to new opportunities, no mistakes, only opportunities. One thing you learn a lot about at Second City is don't take life too seriously. Embrace the happiness and the joy in the present moment. And laughter is definitely the best medicine. It's a powerful cure, a powerful way to stay happy and healthy. And it's funny, like in my house, there's always a ton of laughter, so it's actually no surprise that I ended up doing some acting at Second City, just because it's a ball of laughter here many times. I mean, not saying we're not like any other family that has hardships, because we do, but we definitely like find the humor in everyday moments. And that really helps you to live your best, most fulfilling life, to find joy even in the simple moments. And I think that's definitely a good strategy for living happier and healthier, and something that is a lot of people at Second City do. Of course, there's just always laughter and hilarity and smiles everywhere. Which leads me into my other one. Another strategy for staying positive and happiness tip that I learned at Second City is to surround yourself in positive environments, and surround yourself with positive people whenever you can. And you do have a lot of choice, of course, about the friends you keep and the people you hang around with. Sometimes you don't. There's always some family members. There's always those people, the relatives that I'm talking about that, you have to see and stay on good terms with, but they're always negative. But besides that, you have a lot of, or coworkers, sometimes you have to deal with that. But overall, you have a lot of power over who you hang out with and the environments that you place yourself in. So in Second City, it's a very happy, positive, the spirit of the place is just so overwhelmingly happy and creative. And that's because of all of the many happy, creative people that have worked there over the years, and the millions or billions of laughs that have occurred in that building. And I seriously believe that the energy of that gets absorbed into the walls and into the building and into the area. And that, whenever you just walk into a place like that, it actually makes you happier and you absorb that energy. And, the same could be true for negative environments too. And I always think of an example I use is, like a prison. Walking in there is never, a happy experience, because, there's lots of hopelessness and anger in places like that. And even if you're a happy person, you walk in there, you can't help but feel it and absorb that energy. Or another place I think of, similar, not as bad as a prison, but sometimes could feel that way, is a hospital. You always get that sick feeling walking into a hospital, or like no one wants to be here kind of feeling. You just want to go home. A place like that's got some negative energy. So even if you're a happy person in those environments, you have to work extra hard to keep that happiness. So I say, whenever possible, try not to spend time in hospitals or prisons, always good advice. But spend time in happier places, like whatever your happy place is. It could be Second City, if you live in Chicagoland, or for me, a happy place is spending time in nature. You always get a huge happiness boost and a huge positive vibrations from nature. And nowhere do I personally feel closest to God or the divine or spirit, or whatever name you want to term God as. Just, you have a lot of power though as to where you hang out, and where you spend your energy, and where you spend your time, and the people you spend it with. So try and spend it in positive places and with positive people whenever possible, because that's that's going to give you a huge positivity boost. Yeah, so let me check my notes one more time. And oh, there's another big one I missed for happiness tips and strategies that I learned by acting at Second City. A big one is the power of minimalism, I think. If you've never been to a sketch comedy show or an improv show or a show at Second City before, one thing to know is that it's very minimalistic, and you basically just go on stage there with sometimes a wig, with a wig on, sometimes not with a wig on, but with a chair. So just yourself and either a wig or a chair. And I think this speaks a lot to the power of minimalism, and that you do not need fancy set, fancy clothes, fancy anything to live a happy life and to get lots of laughs and to have fulfillment. So lots of times if you're chasing the big house or the fancy clothes or the fancy car or the elaborate material goods in a house, and you're thinking that's going to bring you happiness, I'm here to tell you that it's not likely going to give you deep and lasting inner peace or inner happiness, because with just a chair and either your own hair or a wig, you could experience lots of laughs and lots of happiness, and you yourself could make other people happy and bring joy. Just your spirit and your presence could be a light to others with no material background or no material goods. And you in turn can experience joy from others just that way, with just that minimalism. So I think that really speaks volumes about the importance of minimalism that I learned by working at Second City, and that I realized acting there. So really, a bunch of important happiness life lessons that I learned there. And if you have any suggestions on this or anything to say about it, or if you've worked at Second City or seen shows there or other improv or sketch comedy clubs that you learned happiness tips from, please do comment on it below, because I would love to hear all about it and love to hear your guys' thoughts and ways that you bring happiness to the world, and that ways that you think other people could benefit from that as well. So I'd love to hear all your feedback. So yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share on it, and please see the description box below for current freebies that I'm offering, as well as links to my other social media sites. And my email address is there as well. If you would like to contact me directly, email is definitely the best and quickest way to get in touch with me. All right, so definitely keep in touch and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, I am wishing you much happiness and joy. Bye.